Morning students, today we are going to learn history second lesson as the India events after 1960. In the first part of the video, I already taught you about the whatever the events occurred in 1916, 1917 under the leadership of the prime ministers as Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, then as Morarji Desai and Charan Singh. Now in this part we are going to learn about the changes after 1991. The year 1991 is held to be very important in the history of the world as well as India. The Soviet Union disintegrated into several different small countries and the Cold War came to an end. Now those as Soviet Union and the Cold War, those parts we learned in the political science first lesson. In India, the government under the leadership of Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao initiated many changes in the Indian economy. During this period, the Ram Janmabhoomi and Babri Mosque issue at Ayodhya came to the forefront. Now, after that, the elections conducted between 1996 and 1999. And that time, no political party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha. And because of this, the resulted in 3 governments in a short span of time. Those led by Prime Ministers as Atal Bihari Vajpayee, H.D. Deve Gowda and Inder Kumar Gujral were amongst them. Finally, in 1999, the National Democratic Alliance came to the power under the flag of Bharatiya Janata Party and Atal Bihari Vajpayee became India's Prime Minister. Now, Atal Bihari Vajpayee tried to establish a dialogue with Pakistan, but it was not successful. Then, in his period only, the India conducted a number of nuclear tests in 1998 and declared herself as the atomic power. In 1999, there was another war between India and the Pakistan in Kargil region over the Kashmir issue, and India defeated Pakistan in this war as well. Now next point is Indian economy. There are some objectives of Indian economy after independence. As first one, modernization of economy, economic self-sufficiency, social justice, eradication of poverty and socialism. We wanted to establish an economy based on social justice through planning, and for this the National Planning Commission was established that would coordinate development through the policy of 5-year plans. Now, Narasimha Rao government started economic reforms from 1991, and these economic reforms are called as the economic liberalization. The Indian economy flourished as a result for the implementation of this policy. The foreign investment in India increased. Skilled Indian professionals helped reform the Indian economy, and the field of information technology opened several avenues of employment in the country. The changes after 1991 are also described as the globalization. Now next point is science and technology. Two major events must be mentioned while describing India's efforts towards the self-reliance. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan is known as the father of Green Revolution in 1956-66. He implemented new scientific agricultural techniques and increased the production of food grains. Second one, as the experiment in cooperative dairy movement by Dr. Varghese Kuren led to increase of milk production in India. Dr. Varghese Kuren was originally from Kerala, who was the chairman and founder of Amul, initiated India's daily cooperative movement. And so he is called as this is called as the White Revolution. India had also made a lot of progress in the fields of atomic energy and space research. Dr. Homi Bhabha led the foundation of Indian Atomic Energy Program. Use of atomic energy for peaceful purposes like generation of electricity, pharmaceuticals and defense. Aryabhat, first satellite launched in space in 1975, and many more satellites were launched thereafter. Considerable advancement in the telecom sector. Now next is as changes in social field. During this period there were several major changes in the social field in India. Some of the changes are related with the issue of the empowerment of women, and the others are related with the policies regarding the uplift of the deprived sections of the society. To promote the all-round development of women and children, a separate Department of Women and Child Development was created in 1985 under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. Some laws were made to ensure social justice to women and to help the implementation of various schemes in this direction. They include the Prohibition of Dowry Act, Equal Remuneration Act as per the 23rd and 24th Constitution Amendments. Seats were reserved for women in the local self-government bodies. According to the makers of the Indian Constitution, some constituents of the Indian society were deprived of dignity and equal opportunities due to the caste system. The Kakasaheb Kalelkar Commission was set up in 1953 to make recommendations so as to improve their conditions. In 1978, a commission was constituted under the chairmanship of B.P. Mandal to study the issues of backward classes. The policy of reservation was adopted in order to strengthen the representation of backward sections in various services and institutions. The government passed the Prevention of Atrocities Act in 1989 to enable those belonging to the scheduled caste and the tribes to live with dignity and respect free from fear, violence and oppression of the upper classes. Now next point is globalization. Globalization brought about many changes in different fields like economy, politics, science and technology, and society and culture. We have discussed some of these changes in the above paragraphs. India has emerged as an important country on the global science scene in different spheres. India is an important member of international organizations like G20 and BRICS, as Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. India has experienced an important revolution in the field of telecommunication technology. Mobile phones, internet, and the communication facilities based on satellite have spread all across the country. In the political field, India has demonstrated to the world how to stable democracy can function successfully. All this has resulted in a total transformation in the lifestyle of India's and especially the youth. These changes are visible from their dietary habits, clothing, language, and beliefs. Now, in this way, in this part, we learned about the economic characteristics